Hello and welcome to day 60. I didn't check out of whatever. Um, this is a Lies of P appreciation video. I really appreciate Lies of P, and I've got some comments on why I do. I think it makes sense that Lies of P was the first Souls game I ever completed in its entirety. I think that Lies of P probably more than any other Souls game I've played has the highest skill ceiling and B the lowest barrier for entry, which is an insane combination to have in a Souls game. I think that Lies of P, well, first we'll start with B, the lowest barrier to entry. Lies of P has the most tools at your disposal. There are plenty of consumables around, plenty of ergo chunks, which are experience levels that you don't have to fight for. I never really use the consumables. I assume they're pretty helpful, though. There's plenty of them scattered around the map if you're willing to search for them. And I think that if you can grasp the leveling system, then it is very, very easy. There's ways to increase your damage, there's ways to increase your stamina, there's ways to increase your health, there's ways to increase your uh, weight limit, which to me personally, I think weight limit and stamina should be the same level, the same attribute, but I understand why they're not, and I don't think it detracts in any way from Lies of P. End of sentence. Two, in barrier for entry, there's the P organ, which I think is probably. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it's probably one of the most intelligent design choices a Souls like game has made, in my opinion. It offers a variety of extra help to you based on a consumable called quartz, which you can find by wandering around and also by killing strong enemies. Quartz lets you upgrade things like increased experience from defeated enemies, increased health flask usages, increased stagger duration, which is when you hit an enemy enough, they gain a staggerable window, and if you hit them with a charge attack, then they become immobile and let you do a fatal attack, which is just a really strong attack. There's stuff like increased fatal attack damage. There's stuff like there's just pretty much anything you can think of. The only downside to the P organ is sometimes the the names of the things you can get are a little obtuse, which comes from translation errors. It can be kind of hard to understand what it actually does. I'm gonna let this video. I think it's 3 minutes already. 4 minutes. I'm gonna let this video run as much as I want to because I love talking about Lies of P. What was I saying? The only thing that is a downside to the P organ is that sometimes the names of the abilities you get can be a little obtuse. So you won't exactly understand what they mean just by looking at them, which is sad. But I can't say I really care about that because it's such a phenomenal game. Um, Next thing to talk about, the high skill ceiling. Lies of P has a perfect block, which, if you've played Sekiro, you know about the perfect block, or I think it's called a parry. But Lies of P has a perfect block window of time that is even less than Sekiro. It is, I would say it's to an eighth or a 16th of a second. That's how that's how small the window is on a perfect block. And that's what contributes to the insanely high skill ceiling because there's dodging and then there's perfect blocking. And dodging is easy. Dodging is a lot easier than perfect blocking. But perfect blocking is a lot more rewarding because it contributes to the staggerable window. So if you perfect block enough, you will, it's called destruction in the game. But if you perfect block enough, then you will get an opportunity to stagger the enemy. And you just need to hit him with a charged heavy attack to capitalize on that. Um, More things about Lies of P. I think Lies of P has a great setting. It's got an amazingly unique setting. Or it's not really a unique setting. It's very Bloodborne influenced, which makes me very sad that I haven't completed Bloodborne. I've played a little bit of Bloodborne, but I haven't completed it. So it's a unique perspective, I guess you could say. It's Pinocchio based, which is kind of insane for any video game to be Pinocchio based. But the bosses are amazing. I honestly, there's only one or two bosses in Lies of P that I think really rise to the level of other Soulsborne games. I think Sekiro overall has a better boss roster and mini boss roster too. But that the perfect block system means that literally every single boss in the game has one intense mechanics that you can deal with and two, I don't know about two. I just love Lies of P. I think it's an amazing game and I highly recommend it. I think that if you are interested in trying out the Souls like genre, then Lies of P is an amazing introduction. I still think that Sekiro might be my favorite Souls like, but Lies of P is really, really up there with Sekiro. Anyway, that's it for my longest video. 9 minutes! Oh my god!